Okay, so I've wanted to make this discussion for a while because anytime I ever bring this up to anyone, it seems like a lot of people don't know anything about the Toontown field offices. So most of this is just going to be me talking about why I'm legitimately excited for these on Toontown Rewritten, because a lot of people don't seem to know a lot of the information. And to be fair, Toontown Rewritten doesn't really show. I mean, Toontown Rewritten shoves a lot of a lot of things down your throat, but they don't really shove this down your throat. I know that they have done like development things in the past, but a lot of this information that I'm going to be reading here, I'm pretty sure is like a year or two old. So a lot of this information is compiled from. I'm just going to be reading it off the Toontown Rewritten wiki page, the Toontown Rewritten, the fandom Toontown Rewritten Wikipedia page on field offices. So a lot of this don't. A lot of people don't know this information, and like I said, I brought this up like in my Discord multiple times, and a lot of people just are unaware of this. And they should have really released a trailer or something on this, because a lot of this information I know just because I have, a lot of people messaged these things to me. A lot of this was in Toonfest last year, I believe. So, and I remember I had someone who was messaging me pretty much everything that happened at Toonfest while it was happening. So, okay, I'm going off on a tangent already. So, field offices. For anyone who doesn't know, field offices were released at the end of Toontown Online's lifespan. They were pretty lackluster cog buildings, to be honest. There was basically a mini game at the start and then a decent amount of cogs at the end. You got terrible SOS cards for doing them. Like laughable, like 1-star and 2-star SOS cards. So, Toontown Rewritten wanted to make them from the ground up, but with the same concept. Now, I, for a long time, was honestly pretty against them going the field office direction, just because I thought they were pretty stupid in original Toontown, if I'm going to be honest. The SOS cards you got were kind of fun. Like, some of the 1 and 2-star lures could be still used for, like, guaranteed lures. The sound ones you could do for, you could substitute for certain, like, sound gags. But all in all, they were pretty worthless. I think like when the drop ones dropped like anvils or sandbags or something really goofy. A lot of these were just pointless. But the Toontown concepts that they have down here honestly sound really, really cool. So I'm just going to read this off. So gameplay. Battle mechanics. A cell-bot field office is so devoid of silliness that certain gag tricks become ineffective and can only be recovered if toons make their way through the cog minigames and collect enough jokes. Once toons enter the building, they start off with either throw or squirt, and one additional gag track. Due to the lack of gag tracks, toons are expected to devise new gag strategies, but boss rewards such as SOS cards and pink slips can still be used to assist in battle. So this is a fantastic idea. The fact that we really have nothing like that in Toontown yet, so you only start out with throw and squirt, and then you basically have to earn, basically how well you do in the minigame determines how many gag tracks. So this could become really, really cool. Like and this is one thing that's a really intelligent for certain MMOs to do, is because it's like, well, because you're going to have to do this multiple times, I'm assuming, a kind of a crazy amount of times to get all the rewards for doing, the field offices. Basically, the way that they're differentiating it is, you're going to have to come up with a bunch of new strategies every time you do this because your gags are going to be different. So that's really, really cool. And I'm assuming, the mini games, you'll probably get good enough to when, you do them a lot of times. You probably, will get a lot of the gags. So the next part is there's going to be 2 types of field offices. Now, the Mover and Shaker office was an original Toontown. However, the Cold Caller office is new. And basically, alright, I guess I'll just read the Cold Caller office. Toons need to skate through the Cold Caller's icy office to turn up the thermostats. Cold Callers will fight back by attempting to turn the thermostats back down. In order to recover other gag tracks, toons must collect jokes from filling cabinets around the office. It is important to note that filling cabinets not only drop jokes, but also have a rare chance of dropping a wrench. A wrench allows the tunes to interact with a thermostat to disable it, therefore preventing any cold caller from turning the temperature back up on that thermostat. Any tune with a wrench above their head signifies they're in possession of one. Before continuing onto the next floor, tunes must ensure that the room is defrosted by keeping the temperature up with the thermostats, therefore unfreezing the exit. Tunes have a total of 240 seconds to heat up the room and make it to the exit. If the objective is not completed in time, they will go sad. So this is, I really like this, because one thing about Toontown is I really like a lot of the cog designs, and I'll probably do a tier. People have been wanting me to do a just like general cog design tier list, so I'll probably do one of those soon. But a lot of the cog types don't really have any. This is one thing that was always cool about the original field offices, is you had the mover and shaker office in original Toontown, and it was like themed with the mover and shaker cogs. And that's one thing where you have all these cool cog designs, but they're never really used for anything. You know, it's like, okay, you have that was the only thing you used for is movers and shakers. It's like, oh, okay, it was kind of like themed around movers and shakers, like how I think it was kind of like shake and things like that. The original mover and shaker office really wasn't that good, but this is so cool. So it's like, okay, you have a freezed room, and you gotta. It's cool because it's simple, but it also just like adds so much to it. Mover and shaker office. Tunes need to grab water balloons from the water cooler scattered across the maze to defeat 4 mega movers, which are the large movers and shakers. So this sounds about the same to the original movers and shaker office, which isn't great. To once again recover. However, it's going to be different because you obviously didn't recover other gag tracks in the other one. So I think this is about the same as the original one. Which isn't great, but if there's more tension, it might be fun. And finally, the boiler room. The boiler room of high pressure sales is where tunes face 4 cogs and the boss of the Cellbot field office. More cogs will continue to spawn periodically on each side until the boss is defeated. The boss possesses unique attributes, such as the ability to unlure, heal, and promote the cogs at any given moment. Because of how tedious the battle may be, it is essential that tunes collect enough jokes so they can earn back all their gag tracks. Okay, so that's pretty much all the information we have. There's a few other tidbits here, but there's not that much. Pretty much everything that I have, laid out is about, what's here. There's other small tidbits, like I'm pretty sure you can somehow get 3 laugh points from doing these, which will make the cap 140. But one thing that I find so cool here is this, and this is one of the reasons why I can kind of get on Toontown Rewritten. This looks amazing. This looks like a ton of fun. And it's kind of like, you have all these really cool ideas. It really just seems like they got to just get someone to complete it. And I'm hoping that they've been working on it this year, but I don't think we really know. And the release dates, I think, still just kind of to be determined. So I just really wanted to talk about this. I really want to know if you guys are excited about these. I don't know if I feel like I'm kind of the only one, which is funny because a lot of people like to say like, oh, well, I'm the person who can be the most down in this community about things. But honestly, these are amazing. I just wish that we would have them, and they could actually be made. And that's coming from me, who really was not excited. I thought it was going to be really stupid. I thought field offices were completely stupid, way. Now, one thing that I did want to kind of touch on, I won't be too long about this, but I don't know what else they're going to do after field offices, because there's the executive office, but I've always wondered if they would just make more field offices before going to the executive office. I kind of want to hear your thoughts on that too. Anyway, that's all I want to talk about today. I just really want to know if you guys are excited for these, if you're excited for these now that I've kind of laid out everything about them. But anyways, thank you all for watching this. Let me know what you guys think about field offices. Am I the only one who's excited, or I don't know. Anyways, see y'all later.